This is a special news report hosted by Andy Pollock.
All right. Good evening, everyone. A lot of breaking news we have to get to tonight, so let's play the breaking news soundbite, shall we? Because we have two stories we need to discuss. All right, the first breaking news story tonight is about politics. And if I can find the theme, I had it earlier. I mean, where was my theme? Man, I'm sorry, folks. It's been a crazy night. I thought I had it, but I lost it. John Laurinaitis theme. That's the one I was supposed to do. It is election night in New York City, folks. I can't believe I'm saying that, but you know what? I have to talk about it because my civic duty as a New York City resident to talk about this. So once again, it is election night in New York City as we held a special public advocate election tonight. And I will get to your results right now. According to New York 1, they have called the race at 9:30, which I didn't expect the race to get called until later tonight. And of course, I can confirm this. I will read the notification along to you all in just a second from the Channel 7 app so I can clarify it with my sources. Yes, here we go. Democrat Jumaane Williams has won the special election to become the next public advocate of New York City. He will keep his job until possibly June, as he could possibly be primaried out by other potential Democrats. But for now, I can confirm to you all that Jumaane Williams will be your next public advocate for New York City. The official results here in New York City goes as follows. Mr. Williams wins the election with 33.1% of the polls being reported. That's 115,043 votes. Believe it or not, Eric Ulrich came up with a good battle, but unfortunately he did not do very well, as 88% of precincts have reported, and it looks like a majority of them have gone with Jumaane Williams. There were 17 candidates. Unfortunately, this was my candidate. He didn't do very well tonight. And I'm hoping maybe he won't give up and maybe he will run as a Republican. Who knows? We could have a heated Republican primary in June. I hope that happens because in the short run, I really don't care at this point. I do want to get to the Long Island Railroad news because it's very important that we discuss this. And we're actually going to listen to audio from our affiliate in Mineola, John Mitch, now, who did give coverage. So we will play his tape in just a second. Normally, if there wasn't an election, especially that matters in New York City, I would get right to the tape because thankfully I did just receive the tape about 10 to 15 minutes ago from our affiliate out in Long Island. So we'll get to him in just a second. So we'll quickly show you the next public advocate of New York City. This is Jumaane Williams. Mr. Williams, I'll go to who he is. He currently is a New York City Council member from Brooklyn representing the 45th District. He won re-election in 2013 and won in 2017. Now, he's going to be the next public advocate. Here's something interesting. He was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome and ADHD at an early age. He went to Brooklyn College. Wow. My mom's an alumni at Brooklyn College. That's interesting. So when my mom hears about this, she's going to be impressed. Now, he is a liberal, but I know who he is. He wasn't favored to win. Ulrich was actually favored to win. But surprisingly, Mr. Williams pulled out this win tonight by a landslide. So we'll get to these issues in just a second. Pretty much he wants to do affordable housing. He wants criminal justice reform, stopping ICE. Oh, no. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, exactly. Keep Roe v. Wade. Exactly. LGBT rights. Unfortunately, this guy doesn't care about mass transit. So this is not going to... I really hope he's not going to be the advocate long term. But in the short run, listen up. This is not completely over. We have a primary in June. So this is not completely over just yet. And I know as a Republican registered, I can vote in that primary coming up in June. Who knows? Vicky Palladino, if you're watching, maybe consider running. Because I know I'm not going to run. I just don't feel it's necessary to. But again, Humani Williams is now your advocate. He will be the advocate unless something happens in November that he gets elected out. If he does win, that would mean he have to win his primary in June, then win the general in November, and then he would serve out Letitia James' term until 2021. So once again, these are the official results. If you're just joining me, Humani Williams has won the special election here in New York City to become the next public advocate. He has won with 115,975 votes. 88.39% of precincts are reporting. So that's pretty good news on that front. But again, it's not over yet. We have to wait until June, and we'll see how it goes out from there. All right, now we're going to get to our tape right now. I do apologize for boring everybody else, but it was important I got this information out to you. Let's pull up the tape. So, I did talk about this on Periscope. Awful catastrophe on the Long Island Railroad tonight. 3 people are dead after an M7 train collided with a truck in Westbury by School Avenue. There's still suspension on the port. Let me confirm it. Right. There's a suspension last I saw. It's still suspended on the Huntington, Ronkonkoma, and Oyster Bay branches because of this. There's been Oyster Bay train stopping at New Hyde Park and Merlon Avenue to make up the load. So that's good. Yeah, exactly. This really isn't the Long Island Railroad's fault. I agree with this user. At Moapar J, thank you very much for contributing. Moapar, if you see your retweet, I'm live right now on YouTube. If you see my feed. So I just want to confirm if I can get this on YouTube, on Twitter. So hang on for a second, folks. You might hear an echo. I want to simulcast News 12 if they're still live, because they're actually giving yeah, I know who he was, Alex. Quickly going to mention, yes, he did. He was Cynthia Nixon's running mate. I do remember now. Right. Right. Thank you for bringing that up, Alex. I appreciate it. But remember, I was supporting Asiano because he was the conservative. So, a little disappointed that he couldn't get close, but not important at the moment. We have a bigger story to talk about. If you want to remind back for coverage on the Public Advocate, please do, and you can catch up to the live feed, I guess. I don't know if you're just joining, Alex. So, yeah, I just did that. Also, quickly going to mention, folks, I did process my summits for today. I am in the middle of processing, and I hope I can get it up for you around midnight because I did promise a video today, and I want to get it up. So we are going to get to our correspondent in Mineola in just a second, so let me just pull him up. We're not going to show the video because, you know, it just lags. All right, so pretty much, if you're just joining me, 3 people have died due to a Long Island Railroad train striking a truck in Westbury. 3 people are dead at this moment. Trying to get you. Right, I think we're still suspended. Let's just check the Long Island Railroad's website. Go to mta.info. So I want to make sure that we're getting the right information because maybe service is resuming. I don't know. Okay, folks. Yes, there's still no service on the Huntington, Ronkonkoma, and Port Jefferson line. Port Jefferson and Oyster Bay branches. Okay, so no service on Port Jeff, no service on the Ronkonkoma, and yeah, that's it. That's all we know at the moment. Okay, just want to get you the right information. So again, 3 people dead. I think it's important right now we go to our correspondent. So let's just stop the screen share. So without further ado, let's go to our correspondent, Time Power LI, who was at the scene in Mineola. Take it away, John. Okay, we're waiting. Hang on, folks. I had the tape loaded. Oh, here's the tape.
I normally don't do this. This video is going up to my YouTube channel here. I don't do Long Island Railroad. So we have a major crisis on the railroad. I'm here in Hicksville, and nobody else is reporting on it. The railroad is shut down. There has been a train. The train that I take normally, the 711 train from here to Penn, has collided with a truck in Westbury at the School Street crossing, and the train has smashed into the state platform at Westbury. The train, at least the first car, the picture I was sent, is all smashed up, and there's no service, there's no buses, there's no police, there's nothing here to help people get where they need to go right now. It's around 8:05 o'clock, and I'm going to have to take Nice Bus because right now it's the only other way, and you know, I'm telling other people that they have to take it, but I'm going to take it because this service is going to be shut down for a while, and I honestly don't feel like hanging around here for hours on end. There's a train sitting up on the platform, and that's what's going on. So again, no service in Hicksville, no service, no buses, no MTA police, nothing at all whatsoever. And the service will be shut down probably for most of the night, judging by the damage, and it could impact the commute tomorrow as well. So although I don't do updates, this is an extreme event on the railroad that has impacted service. My old town of Westbury, a train hit a truck on the tracks, probably a truck possibly driven by somebody who is not in the country legally. That's a big problem in Westbury, so it wouldn't surprise me. You can see all the people here inside are stranded, and I'll just show you the sign. I don't want to miss my bus. Got about 8 minutes here. I'll show you everybody's stranded inside here. There's no.
Nobody is going anywhere. But my friend's up in Seattle right now. He's going to be.
Everybody is stranded. So again, I'm just going to show you the sign right here, and that's going to be it. I'm going to see if I can try to upload directly to YouTube from my phone. I don't know if that's possible, but service is suspended. And I'm sure, I hope, Matt, you're doing an update now. But again, the main line is screwed tonight. That's it. Yeah. We're on the scene here in Mineola, and we have a huge crowd of people waiting. There's no alternative transportation except for Nice Bus. We actually people trying to get east. There's people trying to get east over there to Hicksville. Here in Mineola right now, and it looks like the Oyster Bay line is running. They do have the Oyster Bay line running, which is good, so people can get from Mineola back west again. There's no buses on scene. There's no alternative transportation except for Nice Bus, of course. People are getting ripped off by taxis. They're charging $100, and there's nothing to help people. And you can see there's a huge crowd of people now trying to get east. They're waiting for the bus right now. I'm going to show you right now what's going on. Now, I tried to upload a video I took from my phone earlier, but unfortunately it could not upload due to a weak signal. Could also try to get east, take the 4041, to take that to Freeport, take the Babylon branch. We have a huge crowd of people waiting here. And again, I do apologize. This is with my phone, so I know the quality isn't very good. This is going to be solved next month in March. We'll make sure I have a proper camera. See, there's a bit of a crowd waiting here for the bus. All right, so a bit of a crowd waiting here. There's a large amount of traffic. And no service. So what's going on? There's a large mob of people over by the taxis too. They're really enjoying it tonight. No buses. I mean, they've had now a couple of hours. They should have gotten some buses out of Queens Village at one of the depots, and get some buses here so these people can get home. Look at the traffic jam over there. There's traffic jams all over Mineola because of this. People are coming and picking people up.
Attention Long Island Railroad customers. Attention Long Island Railroad customers. The 9:01 p.m. train to Jamaica is expected to arrive.
It's a big traffic jam.
Platform A in approximately 6 minutes. Attention Long Island Railroad customers. Service to Ronkonkoma has been suspended.
And there's no buses. They should have had some buses from the city by now, or they have a contract with NYC to have extra buses. Why aren't there any NYC buses here? There's nothing available for people. It's complete mayhem here in Mineola right now. And they're only running the Oyster Bay line. I mean, I don't understand why they can't at least run electric trains to East Wilson and then turn them. You're not providing any buses for these people to get home?
We're trying to get buses.
Trying to get buses? Okay. All right, they're trying to get buses. So they only have the Oyster Bay train running. You see these waiting rooms are packed here.
Yeah, I heard that.
Only the Oyster Bay train is running right now. That's it. That's all that's running. That's why I'm doing this video, because it's a catastrophe and we have to talk about it, obviously. Being that I'm here in Mineola and on scene, I might as well show you what the aftermath is now. It's a very bad situation. As I go up the stairs, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. The train that I normally take from Hicksville, the 711, I was not on that train tonight because I just felt like taking a later train, just for whatever reason. This really does make you believe that it makes you believe in fate, and it makes you believe in the sixth sense, because I did not get on that train. That train was involved in a serious accident. All right, so what it is that train was involved in a very serious accident. You can see the traffic jam here. Look at this. Look at this. That train hit a truck, and according to what I read, 3 people died. The train has derailed. There was a fire, smashed into the Westbury platform. And you can see the traffic jam here in Mineola. It's complete chaos, and there's no MTA police. There's no one to direct traffic. I have some very, very harsh words for Elisa Pica. And I am honestly calling for her to be arrested as soon as possible, charged with a night's mess. And I'm letting you know that I will be at the Friday hearing in Mineola for the Long Island Railroad. I hope Elisa Pica's there, because I'm going to tell her to her face that she needs to resign, that she needs to be fired, and she needs to be arrested. So I think I hear the Oyster Bay train coming. So I don't understand why they can't run electric trains here and turn them at East Wellston. That's purely on Elisa Pica. That is purely on her. So the only trains that are running are Oyster Bay trains. This train's going to be overcrowded. At least the Oyster Bay trains are running. For a while, the Oyster Bay train wasn't even running. They should at least be able to turn trains here at Mineola or East Wellston. Not having a backup. Oh, there is an electric train coming in. Oh, but that train's going to go out of service? All right, so they are turning them at East Wellston. All right, good. All right, they are turning them at East Wellston, but this train is probably going to go out of service, I bet. No, there's people on it. There's people on this train. So it might actually pick up passengers, but it's not on the board.
Folks, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just got word that officials are giving an update about what's going on. So let's listen.
Schaefer. At this time, I'd like to introduce MTA President Philip Eng. Sir.
Good evening, everyone. I'll just give a little summary of this unfortunate, tragic incident that occurred tonight. What we understand is that witnesses have identified that a vehicle traveling on School Street went around the gates as the eastbound train was traveling eastbound. We have confirmed that the gates were functioning. There were 3 fatalities, all from the vehicle. We had 7 passengers that were taken to hospitals, area hospitals, just for precautionary measures. Engineer and conductor were also taken to a hospital for injuries, and we're working right now to finish the accident investigation, and then to start working on re-railing the trains, and then try to restore service.
Can you tell us where the train originated, Phil? It was an eastbound train originating from Penn Station?
Yeah, well, it was an eastbound train that was actually in the Westbury station. My understanding is that the gates were down, the lights were flashing. We've confirmed that they were functioning. Witnesses have said that the vehicle went around the gates, at which point the train that was leaving, heading eastbound, and the vehicle collided. At that point, my understanding is that a westbound train traveling towards Westbury Station then it impacted with the vehicle. Vehicle was pushed westbound, and that's when the front 2 cars of the westbound train came off the rails. The platform was damaged, and that's where the situation lies right now. We've done some initial assessment of the damage to the 3rd rail, to the tracks, on the platform. We have Long Island Railroad men and crew on scene, and the and the contractors are here as well to assist with us. And again, as we assist, waiting for the accident investigation to be completed, we'll look to start restoring service. We are currently setting up a shuttle between Hicksville and Babylon. So anybody who needs to take the train from Port Jefferson, Ronkonkoma, Huntington, can take a train to Hicksville. We will shuttle them to Babylon, and then along the South Shore they can travel westbound. That will be in place through the evening and into the morning. With regards to service in the morning, we're still assessing that, and we expect that morning service will be impacted, and we ask that folks check the Long Island Railroad website and the MTA website for updates.
You can say whether the main line will be down?
We know that there's damage to the rails. We know there's damage to the 3rd rail. Until we can remove the trains and get further in there, we don't know how long it will take to repair. So we know that morning service, we expect it will be impacted.
You said an engineer was taken to the hospital as well as
a conductor. Yes.
And how many of the cars actually derailed?
It was the front two of the westbound, so the westernmost two cars.
How fast were the two trains going?
The eastbound train was just leaving Westbury Station, so that was not going that fast, but the westbound train was moving as it was going through. I don't have the speed, but that was at a higher rate of speed.
How many passengers impacted?
What kind of vehicle was it?
The vehicle is undetermined at this point. We're unable to determine the vehicle due to the damage right now. The train behind me immediately is the westbound train.
And how many passengers? How many passengers on board each train?
The eastbound train had approximately 100 passengers. Westbound train was carrying about 800 passengers.
800?
Approximately 800.
The deceased?
No, we don't know information about the deceased.
What is your message to people in their cars who attempt to go around the gates if that's in fact what happened?
We work very hard with regards to grade crossing safety. We work closely with local law enforcement, with MTAPD, to really not only educate the public on the dangers of this, but really you not only take your own life into your hands, but you're taking the lives of others into your hands. Our engineers, our conductors, our customers, and anyone else along the local road. It's unfortunate, and we're going to remain vigilant with regards to the importance of folks not trying to cross the grade crossing when the gates are down, whether you're driving or you're walking. It's catastrophic as we see today.
Given the extent of the damage, is your expectation that the service will be affected here in Westbury for foreseeable future?
We're still assessing that, Alfonso, but we have all the men and women from Long Island Railroad. Our labor force leaders, Anthony Simon, is here to support us and ensure that we have all the resources to quickly work to restore service along the main line. As I said, or maybe I didn't say, but approximately 200 feet of rail needs to be replaced. We know the third rail has some damage. The platform which is damaged, we will be able to cordon off the eastern sections of the platform, and we'll still have room for 10 cars to be able to platform along the Westbury Station. So while I don't know the situation for the morning, we're going to work through the night, and we're going to work to restore service as soon as possible.
Of the three in the vehicle, all adults?
We don't know that.
And the injuries of the passengers as well as your employees, how serious are they?
I understand the injuries of the passengers are minor. It's really precautionary. I know the engineer was very shaken up, but I understand he was able to walk to the ambulance. But obviously, we all are hoping for the best for him, and the conductor is shaken up, but in much better shape than the engineer.
Is there damage to both tracks, the eastbound and westbound tracks, both damaged, or just one?
The more severe damage is to the northernmost track, which is where we have the westbound train currently. We did not see as much damage on the eastbound tracks, but until the accident scene is fully cleared, we don't know if there's any additional work that needs to be done on that set. If I can, I'd like to introduce County Executive LIRR Curran to the mic.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. First, I want to say that our hearts go out to the three victims of this horrible crash. The county, we first got word of this, we first got the call at 7:20 tonight. We arrived on the scene with the Office of Emergency Management, the police, and the police commissioner has been here throughout. FireCom has been coordinating all the fire districts, all the fire departments to come, and we've seen fire departments from as far away as Farmingdale helping out. We're very grateful for the help as well. And we just want to caution everyone who lives around Westbury, stay clear of the area for now. Let our first responders, let the work happen. And to your question before, this is a very tragic, cautionary tale. that you just don't try to beat the train. It's not going to work. The county is pitching in every way we can. We're coordinating with Nice Bus. We had been coordinating earlier to make sure people could get where they need to go. And, we're on the scene. We're providing any help we possibly can on the county level. We're joined by the two legislators who represent this area, Laura Schaefer and Cia Labino, and by the Mayor Cavallera, who are also providing all the help they can. So thank you very much.
This time I'd like to introduce Nassau County Commissioner of Police Patrick Ryder, who will field more questions. Sir.
Do we have any questions? No, so it's very fluid right now. The victims cannot be identified at this time. We'll go through the process working with homicide and the investigators from the Long Island Railroad.
Is your information that the gates were fully down when the car went around?
Information from the witness that was gates were down and they went around the gates. The car, there was a fire that did occur. We're not sure how it happened, but that was why we had to evacuate the first train that was going westbound into New York City.
I heard some information about a passenger maybe between train cars, hidden between train cars. Is there anything to that?
Our victims in the vehicle are the three victims that were in the area between the two trains when it came on to a stop. The fire was from the vehicle itself. The fire department put the fire out, and everybody was evacuated from the eastbound train and the westbound train. From the westbound train, and the eastbound train was remained in place at that time. Too early to tell.
All the people who were injured, it was minor injuries.
Our information was 3 people that were in the car, and they're the 3 victims that we have on the tracks.
The people who were injured, they're all okay or minor injuries?
There are minor injuries and some a little bit more serious than others. They were removed to local area hospitals. Okay? At this time, there's 7 that have injuries. Minor.
But and a conductor and an engineer.
I'm going to leave it at 7. I don't know exactly the titles of the people involved.
Did the 7 include the crew members?
Excuse me?
Did the 7 injuries include?
I'm going to say it one more time. Very fluid, 7. That's the number we're staying with. We don't know what the titles are of the individuals.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for attending.
All right, you've been watching the news conference given to us by officials from the president of the LIRR, Phil Eng. We also heard from Nassau County Executive Laura Curran and the Nassau Police Commissioner Pat Ryder. A lot of updates, actually, stuff that we didn't know. Apparently, there are 2 trains involved. There was an eastbound train headed east coming out of the Westbury train station. That was the train. Apparently, the vehicle, which we still haven't been able to identify, was trying to race. At the same time, there was a westbound train. The eastbound train apparently made contact with that vehicle first on that crossing, the School Street crossing, and that threw that vehicle into the westbound lane. The westbound train then hit it. The car ended up between the 2 trains. We're told that the vehicle itself can't even be identified right now because of the severe damage. A fire ensued from that vehicle, and that's where the first responders, the fire department, first had to evacuate the westbound train, which was traveling at a higher speed. So the damage that you're seeing, that's from 2 trains. The main damage on that line came from that westbound train, which was traveling at a higher speed. About 200 feet, they said, of rail has to be replaced at least. The 3rd rail is damaged. They did say expect that the morning commute will be impacted. They cannot tell us how it is going to be impacted, but they do expect it to be.
All right, everyone. Andy Pollock here live from Fresh Meadows right now in the Random Studio. If you're just joining me, if you are not aware of what has happened tonight, an awful tragedy. 3 people have perished in a Long Island Railroad accident. Quickly want to mention, if you are seeking coverage of tonight's Public Advocate results, please rewind back to the beginning of this live stream. It will be archived once the stream is officially terminated. But anyhow, again, if you are just joining me, 3 people died when a truck was smashed by a Long Island Railroad train in Westbury. If you just were listening, that was News 12 Long Island. I am going to be simulcasting their feed after we listen to our pre-taped coverage from Mineola from our correspondent, John Michnow. I want to apologize to our correspondent. I know under these circumstances, things fastly develop and you can't control them, but we will get back to his report in just a second. I quickly want to mention two things. I'm going to pull up a map of Westbury in just a second because, again, under these circumstances, no offense, I'm very busy right now. I don't know why people are calling me. This is a serious problem. I'm going to get back to them later. It's not important, whoever is trying to bother me, because, again, I'm doing my best to give live coverage. A non-essential call that can wait. Listen, any of my Facebook friends, if this has nothing to do with what happened tonight in Westbury, please do not contact me because this is a real emergency. Folks, you got to understand that Nassau, if you're in Nassau County right now, please just pray. Pray for the 3 victims we lost tonight because, honestly, this touches at home because, remember, I have connections to Westbury. Our correspondent, John Michnow, lived in Westbury for so long. I have connections to the area because I know a restaurants here very well in the area. And honestly, I'm just upset by this news. I literally am. I don't know what else to say right now. This is not the railroad's fault. This was a disaster caused by human error. Plain simple. And what's the fault tonight is that Elisa Peker refused to give service. And by the way, I can confirm our correspondent, John Michnow, will be at the special Long Island Railroad hearing on Friday at Mineola. So if you are seeking coverage, tune to his channel, Pine Power LI. He will not be live. He will be doing a pre-taped footage. We're only going to him tonight because of these drastic circumstances. I mean, as I said, an awful, awful story. I'm trying to get you a location of... Yeah, here it is. Once again, I do apologize. Let's just pull this up. Okay, again, who is calling me? Again, not important. I know what it's about. Please. I normally would respond, but again, under these circumstances, it's a drastic situation. It is. It is. Oh, I think that's my dad taking out the trash. I do apologize. What's that noise? I'm thinking, oh, I forgot tomorrow's trash day. Not important. All right. Let's try to get you screencast. I don't know what's going on. I can't screencast at the moment. Ah, here we go. Okay, so let's pull up the map right now on Google. So as you're seeing here, this is where the incident took place. School Street by Union Avenue. So pretty much this took place right by downtown Westbury. So what had happened right around here. And again, it's just an awful, awful, unfortunate circumstance. I'm going to get back to that phone call because, I don't know, I feel bad that I abandoned whoever I needed to speak to tonight. So I will get back to that phone call in just a second because the rest of this stream, I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up because by the time I have today's summit up, I want to be able to stop broadcasting so that way I can upload the video very quickly to you all for Greenpoint Avenue and Woodhaven Boulevard because this channel is still obligated to giving you quality content, including the summits. So we're not going to fulfill our promise to you all that we're going to continue doing what we have to do. So once again, we will go back to the tape that I had earlier. I want to listen to the rest of the tape. It's about 6 more minutes long. So I'll try to play it. And once again, we will go back to the tape. Once again, here is John Michnow's report from Mineola.
Or it may not. I don't know. We'll see. There are people on this train. It is stopping. So they are turning trains at East Williston. Very good. All right, that's what they need to be doing. All right, they're not showing up on the board, but they are actually turning trains at East Williston for Mineola right now. Here's what's going on. So, I need to show you. Look at the waiting room. It's packed in there. Look inside here. I'll show you. Look at this. Full house. News 12 is not here. I don't know where they are. They're probably in Westbury where the incident happened. There you go. You can hear all the ambulances. Everybody. There are a lot of injuries. And a lot of them are going to Winthrop Hospital right here in Mineola. This is a catastrophe, folks. I made it at least a Pica, but and people lost their lives, so I don't think I'm going to be angry in this video. I can't be, because this is very serious. Look at this.
All right. Hang on, folks. I just wanted to put that there because it's not necessary to play the rest of the tape. So I want to know if that phone call was important because I might have an eyewitness report for you all. Let's see if they will. Let's see if they're still on the phone because again, they must be grieving over this. They might know one of the three people. What I'm gonna do right now is give you the latest update on the railroad conditions. So at the moment, I'm trying to pull it up because again, my computer's just being ridiculously slow tonight. I mean, what is going on with this thing? Okay. It's not my internet. I know that. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm not going to say who may know one of the victims because, again, we may not know what's going on at the moment. Okay, folks, here's the update. Still no service on the Huntington, Port Jefferson, and Ronkonkoma branch. The good news is there's limited Oyster Bay service right now. I have a friend who lives in the area. If he's near the Oyster Bay station, not Oyster Bay, this friend of mine, if he can get to the East Williston station, let me know what's going on if possible. I would appreciate that because I might have a correspondent who can get over to East Williston and check out the scene over there if I can get a hold of him. I don't know if he can, because he lives in walking distance of the station. So I'm wondering, can he maybe get me coverage? I don't know. All right, here's an update on the Oyster Bay branch. 923 train from Oyster Bay due to Jamaica at 10:18 departed 18 minutes late due to delayed equipment caused by the suspension on the Ronkonkoma and Port Jefferson branch. All right, so again, we do have limited Oyster Bay service right now. That's the good news. So here's what I'm going to tell you right now. I'll get the Long Island Railroad map in just a second. If you are on the Oyster Bay branch and you need service at East Williston, okay, at Mineola, East Williston, Albertson, Roslyn, Greenville, Glenhead, Seacliff, Glen Street, Glen Cove, Locust Valley, and Oyster Bay right now, there is limited service. If you need service to Hicksville at this particular moment, you can go to Babylon. There's going to be a special westbound train going to Hicksville. From there, from what I've heard, the Long Island Railroad's going to provide you Port Jefferson service from Hicksville. They are in the process of sending diesel equipment to Hicksville and transport people from Hicksville to Port Jefferson right now. So that is good news. As far as the Ronkonkoma line is concerned, there is absolutely no service available on the Ronkonkoma branch. So, as I said before, it's very limited service on the Oyster Bay branch. I don't really have an answer as far as what is particularly going on. I mean, I did tweet pictures. What I'm going to do right now is News 12 still live? It's News 12 still live. Let's see if they are still live at the moment. Okay, good. They are live still covering this. So I'm going to get you the audio from News 12 right now. I'm going to work on getting a correspondent to East Williston right now to cover this and see if he can get me an update. I have a correspondent, but I don't know if he can get over there right now. So let's see if I can get him. We might be able to get a live audio. We might be able to have an audio set up in East Williston. So just hang on. I'm going to work on something. So sit tight. Listen to News 12's coverage. I will terminate this stream when today's summits are available for you all. So without further ado, here's News 12's coverage.
At a much higher rate of travel, and that then derailed. The first two cars derailed. It shoved the vehicle between the two trains. The vehicle caught on fire. The fire responders, first responders came to evacuate that second westbound train. It did some damage to the track. There is damage to the third rail. There's about 200 feet of rail that needs to be replaced. Again, this is the westbound side. The northern side of that track is the severe damage that's going on. President Ang said that the morning service will be impacted. You're seeing, this is a scene from earlier. You can see the train. See the train on the left-hand side, the two trains? That's the damage. You can see the derailment that's occurred. Those are the front two cars. There's another picture of it much closer. They're going to be working throughout the night. They cannot identify the vehicle yet. There was an engineer in the westbound train, pretty shaken up. He was able to walk, though, to an ambulance, which took him to a local hospital. We're told NUMC is the main hospital that's been treating most of the passengers. Again, 3 occupants in that vehicle between the two trains are all deceased. They have no identifications yet. It's way too early for that. Again, the westbound track has had the most damage. You want to keep it right here in News 12 because the morning service, LIRR President Phil Ang said the morning service will be impacted. They do not know the extent yet. There's a shuttle going between Hicksville to Babylon at this particular point, but they do know that there is some damage.
So we do know that 7 minor injuries were reported among the passengers on the train. As far as that's concerned, we heard from LIRR President Philip Ang that those mostly were precautionary. They were taken to the hospital as a precautionary measure. But earlier tonight, we spoke with a passenger, Courtney Venison, who was on the train. Here's what she told us.
I was taking the 7-Eleven train from Hicksville, and the train was a little late. We had barely left Hicksville, maybe about 5-6 minutes before we came to a jolted stop. And that first stop was obviously alarming, but not anything too alarming. And then about 3 seconds after, there was another even harder break to the stop, and my stuff fell off of my seat. And about 3 seconds after that, you could see the explosion from the crash straight out of the windows from the train. And it was pretty intense. First, no one obviously understood what was going on. We kind of all just saw explosion and fire and light bursts, and people got up and started worrying. Eventually, maybe about 2-3 minutes after, a conductor came around and sent us all to the front of the train.
All right, folks. I just spoke to my correspondent in East Williston. He's unfortunately able to get to the scene. Unfortunately, not able to get to the scene right now to do coverage and give you an update about if East Williston's overcrowded at the moment. But once again, there is limited service on the Oyster Bay branch right now. So if you need service on the Oyster Bay branch, find a way to get to Jamaica. Take a South Shore train. It could be Babylon, Long Beach from Penn. Listen for any announcement at Jamaica. That's all I'm going to say. But again, there is limited service being restored on the Oyster Bay branch. But again, no service on the Huntington branch and no service on the Ronkonkoma branch. So we will go back to News 12 right now.
They can't
even tell us what type of vehicle it is. This particular. The first they thought it was a truck, then they said it was a car. At this point, they're saying it's just so heavily damaged that we do not know exactly. We can't identify the vehicle. They're not even going to try. They're just calling it a vehicle at this particular point. And that's the vehicle that caught on fire. That's the fireball that everyone saw.
Absolutely. So we want to get over to News 12's Christine Nsinga now, who's at the scene with more. Christine.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you the scene right behind me here. You can see MTA police up on the platform here where the train did collide into that platform. They're obviously starting their investigation here. You heard the news conference possibly earlier with all the principals involved with the MTA and the Nassau Police Commissioner saying that 3 people who were in a car that apparently tried to go around the gate and beat the train, they were killed. No ID on those victims yet at this point. Police say that the vehicle is so badly damaged they can't even determine what kind of vehicle it is at this point. Between the 2 trains involved, officials say there were more than 900 passengers on those 2 trains. Again, as you've been saying, 7 people suffering minor injuries, a conductor and an engineer also injured. It's unclear if they're part of the 7 or in addition to the 7. Hospital officials at Winthrop telling News 12 tonight that a 15-year-old boy was treated there for neck pain. He is okay. He is one of those 7 people, obviously, who were injured. This is just the beginning of this investigation here. And you could see Nassau County Fire Rescue, this command post. Pat, if you want to go this way over there, please. Now going down the block. A lot of vehicles have exited our area now. And if Pat Mantle, showing you pictures here. If you want to push up, you could see the platform there. If you can push in, turned on its side, really where the train had collided there. So that's a lot of the damage. Rich Barabi is at the other end of the scene for us now. So they have a lot of work ahead of them at this point. If you come back to me live, once again, Nassau officials, MTA officials saying 3 people who were in the car have been pronounced dead at the scene. And that is the very latest at this point. We're in Westbury. Christine Nsinga, News 12, Long Island. Stone Macy.
All right, thank you, Christine. Now we're getting a better picture of what the damage looks like. You see that platform? That's a lot of damage. And we know it was traveling at a higher speed because that's the train that was traveling toward the Westbury train station. It was not scheduled to stop there, so it was going to go right through there. It was traveling at a much higher rate. The other train, the eastbound train that first made initial contact, and there's the westbound train. Some of the damage you can see of what happened when it hit the platform. I also want to point out the Bristol Assisted Living Facility in Westbury is not that far. It's about a block west of the train station. So there's heavily populated area where this happened.
Absolutely. I used to live in the area. I mean, so many people walking around. And we heard from Nassau County Executive Laura Curran earlier tonight. Thankfully, no one was on the platform, especially the northern part of that Westbury platform. I can't even imagine how much worse this incident could have been had someone been on there. I mean, you just saw the shot from Christine Nsinga and her photographer. The severe damage to the Westbury platform. So again, 200 feet of rail needs to be replaced near where this happened in Westbury. Though once that is replaced, we're told this platform won't be entirely shut down. We heard from Philip Eng that some train cars will still be able to get there. We, of course, will be following this for the rest of the night and into the morning because the LIRR, if you use the Westbury station, it will be impacted. So keep it here to News 12 Long Island. You're watching Breaking News. We'll be right back.
Time and temperature brought to you by Zwanger Passeri Radiology. Comfort, convenience, and compassion. It's a new year, and News 12 wants to help you make new memories. Break the ice on 2019 with News 12's Winter Fun. Whether you've decided to work on your resolution or enjoy some tasty treats, we'll connect you to the places and people who can make your winter full of smiles. And don't forget to share all your winter fun with us. Just head to news12.com or social media to get involved. It's Winter Fun, only on News 12.
News 12 Long Island's Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. We care about what you care about.
I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm, and people often ask me if our product really works to cosmetically shrink under eye bags and wrinkles from view in minutes. I can't blame you for being skeptical. It was hard for me to believe until I saw my brother-in-law's under eye bags cosmetically shrink from view in minutes. At that point, I knew Plexiderm was the real deal. In fact, if you visit Plexiderm.com, you could see real people apply Plexiderm and in minutes, their under eye bags and wrinkles visibly disappear.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
Wow. That's a big difference. I feel 20 years younger. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Crow's feet are gone too. Definitely gives me more confidence. I would definitely recommend it to everyone.
This is really good. This is, I'm going to fill my bathtub with this stuff and get the whole body this time. All these lines are gone. And I feel like a new woman.
The instant results are from a technology that comes from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So finally, there's a cosmetic cream for under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet that truly works. It works after your first application, and the results last for hours. So if under eye bags make you look tired and older, or if crow's feet and wrinkles motivate you to take action to see that younger looking you, then your solution is Plexiderm. Plexiderm comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee, so you'll get the results that you see on Plexiderm.com or send it back for a full refund. Try it now and get up to 50% off the normal retail price, plus get free shipping. Visit Plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Brothers 3 incredible Radiant Winter Pool Sale. Order any Radiant pool this week and pay for it over 60 months with no interest. The incredible Radiant pool features 2-inch thick insulated aluminum walls that keeps your water warmer so you can swim longer while saving you thousands on heating. It has a fully transferable lifetime warranty and is so strong it's warranted against winter damage. We offer above, semi, or in-ground Radiant pools. And remember, 5 years to pay with no interest during Brothers 3 Winter Pool Sale. Brothers 3 and Radiant, you can't beat that combination. Brothers 3 Pools, Bethpage and Sayville.
News 12 Long Island is brought to you in part by Sloman's Air Conditioning. For new installations or AC service, call 866-SLOMANS.
All right, we continue to follow the breaking news out of Westbury, where an LIRR train, actually two trains, collided with a vehicle. We don't know the vehicle. This is a earlier video from the response. You can see the trains on the left-hand side. This happened around 7:20, 7 o'clock, somewhere in that vicinity. This is just east of the Westbury train station. An eastbound train struck, that was leaving the Westbury train station, struck a vehicle that was trying to beat it across the School Street crossing. The gates were down, the bars were down. It struck the vehicle, and it slammed it into a westbound train that was traveling at a higher speed. It was not scheduled to stop at the Westbury train station, so it was traveling pretty quickly. And it struck that vehicle as well. The vehicle got stuck between the two trains, caught on fire. The westbound train derailed. You're seeing some of the damage right there, slammed into the platform. There were several hundred people on that train at the time. They've all been evacuated. We're told there were only minor injuries. However, the occupants in that vehicle, we don't know what type of vehicle. We don't know